Good morning, folks. I'm Meteorologist James Foley here for Tri-County Weather Service Rise and Shine morning broadcast. We have a lot to talk about. Of course, we are on storm watch as we continue to track tropical depression or post-tropical depression Fred, and of course tropical storm Henry. Actually, it's pronounced Henri. If you actually didn't know that. A lot of people think it's Henry, but it's actually Henri. So we'll be talking about that because that has a big chance of impacting our neck of the woods as we get into next week. And of course, we have a lot of rain that's now into the air, so we'll talk about that as well. But first, let's talk about the advisories that we have issued here at Tri-County Weather Service. We'll start with our tropical storm advisory. It is issued for Yarmouth County, Digby County, Shelburne County, Annapolis County, Kings County, Lunenburg County, Queens County, Halifax County, and the metro area. So Tri-County Weather Service has issued a tropical storm advisory alert for those following areas. A tropical storm advisory means that there's a tropical system with an increasing probability of threatening the area within the next couple of days with tropical storm conditions. This advisory is to alert people of the growing probability of a tropical storm impacting the area with tropical storm conditions, and that citizens should start going through their hurricane storm kit and just in case. And so go over it, try to remember what you have to pack and everything, such as batteries and all. Evacuation plans as well, you should go through that in case of evacuations that are needed on the coast. And of course, people are also urged to keep checking weather updates here at Tri-County Weather Service regularly for the latest on Henri and of course Fred. So tropical storm Henri continues to pose a threat to the northeast states and Atlantic Canada, mainly southern parts of Nova Scotia at this time. Model guidance does continue to put the track to the left closer to the coast and is also becoming more of an agreement with the models. However, with that said, there are still many model ensembles that are pretty divided on that idea. Here's the latest on Henri. It's about 525 miles or 845 kilometers southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, and about 810 miles, which is 1,300 kilometers south of Nantucket, Massachusetts. Maximum sustained winds are at 70 miles per hour or 110 kilometers per hour, meaning that it's almost at near hurricane strength, which is at 75 miles an hour. Recent movement continues to be to the west or at 206 degrees at only 9 miles per hour or 15 kilometers an hour, and minimum central pressure continues to fall a little bit, now down to 995 millibars or 29.39 inches. Maximum sustained winds are near 70 miles an hour, 110 kilometers per hour, with higher gusts. Some strengthening is forecast during the next few days, and Henri is expected to become a hurricane by Friday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 80 miles or 130 kilometers from the center. So if anything that's 80 miles from the center is expected to get tropical storm conditions. So that's why we are under that advisory, because there is potential that we'll be close enough to the storm to get those conditions. The estimated minimum pressure is 995 millibars, so the storm is beginning to intensify just a little. Update on surf. This is very important. So swells generated by Henri should continue to affect Bermuda during the next day or so. Swells are expected to increase across much of the east coast of the U.S. and Atlantic Canada later this week and this weekend. These swells could cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions, so please stay away from the water. There has been not much change lately on Henri. The current forecast track puts Henri moving more to the northwest in the next 24 hours, and then it will begin to steer to the north and northeast as a building ridge and a trough begin to dig down into the mid-states, a large building ridge over Bermuda will begin to then help steer Andre to the north-northeast path, which will then take it near or over Cape Cod by Saturday night into Sunday and Sunday night, and then the trough will try and pull the storm out further, except not far enough, and the current forecast puts Andre to track just a few miles off the coast of Yarmouth or Shelburne by Monday as a moderate to strong tropical storm with winds of around 95 kilometers per hour sustained. And remember, anything that's 80 miles out, and we're expecting to be at least 10 or 15 miles away from the storm, so well into that range. We also have a tropical marine weather advisory that is issued. Tri-County Weather Service has issued a tropical marine weather advisory for the following areas: Yarmouth County, Digby County, Shelburne County, Queens County, and Lunenburg County. This advisory is issued by the Tri-County Weather Service to indicate that tropical weather over marine areas is likely or possible. Tropical Storm Henri, located south of Bermuda, is expected to intensify as it comes closer to the eastern states and Atlantic Canada. Given the large size of the storm, life-threatening surf and rip currents are highly likely as early as tomorrow and will continue into the mid-next week. Tropical storm conditions are likely or expected on the weekend and Monday, far out in open waters, and large dangerous waves are expected. It is highly recommended that anyone that is in open waters or plans to be in open waters or even near the coast should be extremely cautious and keep checking updates on Tropical Storm Henri for possible tropical storm conditions over marine areas. And lastly, we also have a tropical system rainfall watch issued. This means that a tropical system that is expected to produce flooding rains or flash flooding rains is very likely or expected. A tropical system rainfall watch is issued for Digby County, Kings County, and Annapolis County. So basically Digby and the valleys. This is an alert from Tri-County Weather Service alerting for all citizens in the impacted area to be on a lookout for potentially heavy rainfall that can potentially cause local, urban, and street flooding. The remnants of Tropical Depression Fred is expected to impact the locations affected in the watch later tonight and tomorrow, with heavy rain that can potentially cause local, urban, and street flooding, as well as flash floods. Here's the latest on post-tropical depression Fred, about 15 miles or 20 kilometers south of Birminghamton, New York, and about 125 miles or 200 kilometers west-southwest of Albany, New York. Maximum sustained winds are at 25 miles per hour or 35 kilometers per hour. Precip movement is east-northeast or 65 degrees at 17 miles an hour, which is 28 kilometers per hour. And the minimum central pressure is at 1,011 millibars or 29.86 inches. Now, as we get to, here's the latest on the conditions of Fred. At 5 a.m., the center of post-tropical cyclone Fred was located near latitude 42 degrees north, longitude 76 degrees west. The post-tropical cyclone is moving toward the east-northeast at near 17 miles per hour, and this motion is expected to slow down through Friday. Maximum sustained winds are near 25 miles per hour with higher gusts. Some strengthening is forecast during the next 48 hours as it crosses southern New England and into Atlantic Canada. Maximum sustained winds can be also expected over the area of the valleys to be over 25 to 30 miles per hour later on tomorrow. For rainfall, post-tropical cyclone Fred is expected to produce 1 to 3 inches of rain with isolated maximum storm totals of 5 inches from New York across to New England through tonight and then into Atlantic Canada for tomorrow. This rainfall could lead to flash, urban, small stream, and isolated river flooding impacts. Heavy tropical downpours from Fred have the potential to be a flood threat for tonight and Friday, A tornado is possible this morning over southeastern New York, Long Island, or southern New England, and a very slight, small chance over western parts of Nova Scotia on Friday as the storm begins to intensify a little. Amounts of 25 to 40 millimeters with potential for locally higher amounts in thunderstorms and heavy downpours is expected. Keep pets indoors, do not drive on flooded streets, have gas or generator ready in case of fire outages. Clear your drains and check the storm drains and clear them from any leaves or objects that can increase flooding. Tri-County Weather Service will continue to post updates on Fred, Grace, and Henri. We will have another update here coming up shortly in a few minutes, right after this break. Stay tuned, we'll have more on the tropical systems and your local forecast coming up here shortly.